Hey folks, Keric here, and welcome back to part 19 of this Primal walkthrough on PS2. Make your way down the steps, directly under the rift gate, and we'll pick up our first tarot card of the area while we're here. Just give the chest a boot, and there we go. And this card is the Devil, which represents Belazar in game. In the last episode we had a cutscene describing how the Wraith are split into the Wraith aristocracy and basically Wraith commoners. You'll also notice there's a hell of a lot of rain going on. Yeah folks, welcome back to the UK.
No.
Rain all the time. Outdated class system. No, I think actually this one's probably modelled more on an Eastern European theme. It does have a very strong kind of Transylvania, Dracula type feel to it. Anyway, once you're done yammering on, switch over to Scree. We can't open the gate just yet anyway, so we'll make our way around the back. Come on, you little imp. There we go. Handstand down off the wall. Which allows us to pull the lever and open the gate. Now there isn't actually any way down just yet. So what you'll need to do is use his rope ability. There we go, finally. And once he's set in stone, just switch over to Jen, climb down the rope. Again, porn for nerds. And once you're at the bottom, you'll have to switch over to Scree. Unset him and make your way back down the wall. If we haven't learned anything from Beyond Good and Evil, it's that you should never break up the team according to Carlson and Peters. Anyway, once we're back together, pretty much a safe bet that we're going to encounter some kind of a fight fairly soon. So keep yourself as Jen. You can switch through to Farai if you want. Probably not such a bad idea to be perfectly honest, but we'll keep it this way just for now. Some barrels in here if you feel belligerent, but nothing in them, so feel free to ignore.
Come on, move it, damn it.
And at the other side of the room there is this gate. We'll just open it up so we can carry on. This walkway will lead us over pretty much to the lower city. Easily jumping across the gaps. Easy done. And there we have the first enemy in this section. These are basically weird, I don't know, dog-like creatures. Ugly little buggers, whatever the hell they are, called Yaags. They're not too hard on their own, but you do meet them in quite big numbers. And they can be absolutely devastating to your health bar, so do treat them with a little bit of caution.
No.
Again, you'll need to use the finisher on them. They are classed as pretty much full enemies. And again, we'll just have a top up while we're here. So if we just follow the path round, make sure Scree's with us. Don't you love the spooky trees? And at the end of the path, as you can tell, there's another couple of Yaags to fight in this courtyard. These ones are a little bit more active than the last one, unfortunately. But take them down with Chal nonetheless. Just kind of be careful about the ground under your feet. That kick move she does in fairy form can quite easily miss if you're a little bit too high. It's also probably worth not doing the special moves. They do allow you to take quite a bit of damage while you're paused and on your knees. Right. Final one for now. Come here. As you can see off in the background, there is an energy fountain nearby. So don't worry too much about losing a little energy. Just try and save your energy gems if you can. I don't think I do a particularly good job of it, to be fair. And there we go, 3 down. So we'll have a top up from Scree and let him pick up the energy from the bodies. Okay, this little courtyard is kind of an aside. You can come in and use the energy fountain if you need to. In fact, do use the energy fountain, make sure you have plenty of it on you. There are quite a few Yaags coming up. Always worth keeping topped up. Other than that, there's nothing in this courtyard. And obviously nothing in the barrels either. Just double check I'm going the right way. Okay, you want to use that right hand exit. Well, on the left now. It was on the right on the map. And just climb up the stairs. And into the next section through this door. Feel free to climb up on the table. Do a bit of dancing if you want. Other than that, just make your way through this section. Still nothing in a barrel. This is a disappointing game. We like stuff in barrels. Another room at the top of the stairs with 2 doors and a couple of barrels. There is some energy there, obviously we don't need it.
It is not budging.
I'm not sure whether there's any kind of meaning to that weird, I don't know whether you'd even call it bat-like. It looks like a noughts and crosses board with lines under it to me, but I'm not sure whether there's any relevance to doors with that on it. It may actually be showing us the path, but I'm not sure. This will lead us to the pretty much deserted main town square. It really is pretty much nothing to do here. So it's going to be a case of making a way around to the right and out of this section. On the whole of this start, do keep an eye out for Yaags. They tend to turn up pretty much anywhere.
It is not budging.
Well, there we go. Just as I say it, one of them happens to pop up. Wonderful. And obviously I've just discredited my own theory about the doors with the symbols on, because that one sure as hell ain't opening. I love being wrong in public. Really good for your sense of ego. Anyway, let's just take these guys down as quickly as we can. There we go, that wasn't too painful. I don't think Scree's really going to need much energy, so we'll leave him to it. And instead of trying to go through the door, we'll just go up the steps, which is the correct way to go. Oh shit, another one. Wonderful. I think the only good thing about these Yaags is they're quite easy to kill and they do drop quite a lot of energy. But like I said earlier, they do a lot of damage whenever they're in the groups, so do treat them with a little bit of respect. We'll grab another top up and be on our merry way. Right, now where are we going? Okay, round the corner and on to the next section by the looks of it. On to the next Yaag even. Like I said, these guys are pretty much everywhere at the start of this area. Feral form's pretty much your best bet now for dealing with them, but unfortunately it's not massively effective. The Wraith form that you get later on will be a lot better. But for now we're going to have to go with Feral purely because it's all we have. And as per usual, we'll do the top up crap at the end of each fight. And move on to the next Yaag. At least they've grouped up into two now. Fighting them one at a time. Such a pain. Oh, 3! Wonderful. It's just what we want. Triple Yaags. Oh well, they're going down pretty easily, I'll not complain too much. They're a hell of a lot better than fighting Black. So just continue mowing them down like some kind of grass. And we'll have a top up and let Scree do his stuff. As you can see from the map, correct way to go is up the ramp. I am, however, going to go towards the end here just to make sure that there isn't anything nice in the collectibles department. Yeah, that was worthwhile, really. I should learn sometimes a dead end is just a dead end. But hey, it's part of the fun of playing these games. Back in out of the rain again, thankfully. Just open up this door. And back out into the rain again. Yeah. Gotta love this weather. And more Yaags to fight. Just what the doctor ordered. As I've said before quite a few times, there are two kind of varieties to every enemy in the game. A squishy type, they're pretty easy to take down, and a harder type, which take a lot of beating. I think this is one of the harder ones. I'm not sure whether there's a little bit of red on his claws. I can't quite see from here. Yeah, as you can see, he just handed me a hell of a lot of damage whenever I did that special, so I think it's worthwhile sticking to the basic attacks. I'm also doing myself no favour by fighting him on a hill. Come here, you horrible little creature. Yeah, he's kicking several shades of shit out of me. Wow, that damage. The difference between the two types of enemies is absolutely amazing. And yeah, just you can see on his back paw there is a little bit of red. Seems to be the only difference between these and the easier ones. Definitely want to top up after that. I think we've got one bloody energy gem left. And once you're done, make your way over the bridge and around the walkway. Straight into more Yaags. The damn things are crawling out the bloody woodwork. I suppose I should be grateful that Ferri form actually does some damage. Off you go. I'd hate to have to fight these in human form with that piddly little knife she's got. I just find it annoying how easy some of them are. I mean, a whole fleet of ones like that one we've just fought are actually perfectly reasonable. It's the tougher version that really causes you problems. Trying to take one of those guys down is a flaming nightmare. And it's top up time yet again. Feed me, Scree. And Scree's getting a little bit low. And once you're done, just follow the walkway around again until the next fleet of flipping Yaags. And make your way into this courtyard where a cutscene starts.
Those dinky little legs finally giving up on you, Scree? I mean, that's a lot of granite to be hauling.
I shall rise above the personal insults and
Nice to have something you do rise above, Rocky, my boy.
and simply caution you to slow down. I don't like the sound of this place.
Okay, sorry. I don't hear anything.
Exactly. This village, this square should be bustling right now. Ether's a tough world to live in. The Wraith peasantry usually pack this place, scraping some way to survive. Why is it deserted?
It's not.
I don't like this at all.
Now, when you're sounding scared, I know this is bad. Why can't we just once stumble upon a fairground or birthday party? Just once.
Get back. Hide now, Jen. Someone's coming.
Uh-oh. We got company.
Keep well hidden, Jen. This isn't going to be pleasant.
A circus, an ice rink, picnic in the park, just once.
And these are the Wraith aristocracy.
But my dearest beauty, Can't you simply smell their presence? Cowering, pathetic, filthy.
Awaiting a glimpse of their masters, to drool as we take up their sacrifice. The vermin.
My lord, I have such pleasures awaiting you when we are clear of this nauseous place.
The pleasure will be all yours, Ampusa, my deadly flower. So, let us to the business in hand. Fools! Unern, Tor Yemilot Barakin, ungrateful, ignorant race of rats! You think that is worthy of us?
His blood could not energize a worm.
We demand one, and to make it simple for your peasant skulls, one is the number that comes before two. One meager sacrifice from this village. But as you know, a strong, worthy offering, a young, powerful man, or an athletic woman full of vigor. And what do we get? The runt of your pathetic litter! Now, before this infested pit causes my divine Ampusa to vomit, we shall leave you to select your village's true sacrifice. Captain Valira will return shortly to collect the replacement. And never make this mistake again.
My lord, come and see the look of sheer relief on this weary old man's face, now that he has been spared. What a joy!
Ah, so thankful and pathetic. It's his lucky day. Are you sure, my love, that you don't want me to pluck out an eyeball? A toy for our little Elizabeth.
No, no, my beloved. Leave him his eyeballs. Just cut his throat.
Dieses Angeldi utver dort nijana ivilap. Up kapat.
Scree. That was awful.
I'm sorry you had to see that, my child. Ether always was a perilous place. Now it's chaos at its worst.
You know that pair?
Count and Countess Raum and Ampusa. The Wraith aristocracy have always been evil, living in decadence while the Helots starve. But this is all new. Blood sacrifices.
You see the way he moved?
Time-shifting, Wraith specialty.
Along with good looks and charm. I can't watch and let them get away with that.
First, we need to know exactly what is going on.
There's someone who might know. Shall we follow him?
Have you met the Wraiths? Lovely people. Blood sacrifices, letting people starve while they mince about in fancy 18th century clothes. Yeah. Welcome to chaos, folks. Instead of following the guy, make your way off to the left, along this walkway and over towards this farm type area. Once here there is a rather large battle, so be prepared. There are several of these little shits to take out. And of course the first one had to be a toughie. Wonderful. That's it, dream alive. I've no need for it. Yeah, thankfully, down. On to the next one. As you can tell in the background, there's a rift gate. Oh, actually there's two colours as well, aren't there? There's the grey ones and those ones with like a yellowy green cast to them. I'm not sure which is which. Oh great, the grey ones are the tough ones. Wonderful. That's going to be a hell of a fight. Considering there's 3 of them and one of the easy ones. We're going to struggle with this. And there goes my last energy gem. Bloody hell. Right, 1 down, 3 more to go. This isn't boding well, is it? Let's hope I suddenly develop some skill. So letting 2 wheel on me at the same time isn't a really good idea, in all fairness. One more down, 2 more to go. Let's get them to a better area to fight. Actually, maybe it isn't the colour, and he's taking a hell of a lot more damage than the last 2 did. And finally we can take them all down. Christ, that was draining. Let's have a top up from Scree. And check around this area. There's of course an energy fountain here, which you probably will need, considering the amount of top ups we've had. And it's worth checking out this barn area. There is another tarot card waiting for us. Stop at the back behind the barrows on the left. And grab the card once you've opened it. This is the tower and represents the nexus in game. Once you've got your card, make your way back around to the town square. And it's time to continue on with the storyline, so we need to follow that weird looking guy who ran off earlier. Under the gate, and we're heading for the exit on the other side. There are a load of barrels off to the left here. You'll want to kick your way through. I don't think there's anything important in any of them, so feel free to just clear enough room to walk through. Or if you're feeling really angry, feel free to take all of your anger out on them. And make your way around the walkway to pick up another energy gem, which is sorely needed at this point, considering the amount I've just bloody used. To afford us a little bit of cover, I suppose. Right, and on to the next courtyard, which is infested with bloody Yaags. The guy goes up the stairs and through the door. once we've cleared out the hordes of Yag, or whatever the collective term for a load of Yag is, we'll be following him. There we go. Down the walls he comes. You can see what I mean now about them kind of being devastating to your health bar whenever there's a few of them. They seem to have more of a tendency to crowd you than most of the other enemies in the game. Never a good thing, but considering the amount of damage they can inflict in a very short period of time, I think it's possibly a little bit worse. And Christ, we're going to lose that energy gem. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm going to go back to the old excuse that there really isn't much finesse to the fighting in this game. Apart from holding down block, which I blatantly am useless at. I think considering the amount of combat that's actually in the game, they should have made a bit more of an effort with it. It's such a shame when one of your favourite games has such a disappointing element to it, considering the storyline that actually exists in the game and the interaction between yourself, Scree, and the other characters and stuff. It's worth playing purely for story alone, but it's always slightly annoying to me whenever there's an element of it that doesn't quite gel. So, time for another top up, and we'll let Scree do his thing. Make our way up the stairs and follow the little guy. And get our heads back in out of the rain again. Give us a little bit of a chance to dry off. And before you go through the door and follow him, it's worth going back into this room. And you'll see this ladder off to the right. So climb up it. And as you make your way around... Oh, not that way. Wonderful. As you make your way around, you'll find another chest in this room, which contains another tarot card. The Queen of Swords, which represents Impusa in game. And this video has gone on for, oh, long enough. Cutscenes for days. So we'll call it a day and finish up here before we carry on after the little guy. I've been Keric the Pally, this has been Primal. You have a good evening now.